Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in with us today. This broadcast was brought to you by Serenity Comfort and Care. We provide mental health services needed to help you be the person you were designed and desired to be, one step at a time. To reach this guest, please contact us at 980-221-0064 or by emailing us at wmcwilliams@serenitycscare.com. You may listen to this entire broadcast on the Divine Serenity Experience Facebook page. Thank you and God bless. Hello, Lavonda. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, Wanda. How are you?
I am doing so great, trying to enjoy this weather. Um,
Yeah.
and we just had Mother's Day, and this is the day of the Mother's Day that this recording is actually taking place. But today we are talking about mothers. We are doing a series on mothers on the move, and we're discussing healing today, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so we are going to elaborate a little bit. We're going to discuss anything that you feel comfortable with. But as we said at the beginning, we are going to be talking about your book, Journey of a Teardrop, Poetic Expressions of Life, Survival, and Healing by Lavonda H.
Yes.
And so I know when did you actually finish your book?
So I have to kind of start at the beginning, but it'll be a short version. I've been writing since I was 7 years old, 6 or 7 years old, just different things. And the book actually has poems that I've written for years. Um, 2020 was when I actually decided to put it out there. There was a really good friend. We were sitting in her garage during COVID, and she said, just do it. And so I literally had to like find the poems and gather them. I had things written on paper towels, cards, different things. And so it took me about 3.5 to 4 years to like gather everything and through, my business coach, get everything ready to be published.
Okay. So you finished the book
Mhm.
in 2020, did you say?
No, I started it in 2020 and the book was published in December of 2024.
Oh, great. Okay, 2024.
Yes,
So it hasn't even been six
it
months
has
yet.
not been 6 months. No.
Okay, so I'm going to start by you telling us where we could find the book,
Yes.
and then we're going to mention it again at the end.
Okay. So you can find the book on Amazon, amazon.com. And the title, once again, is Journey of a Teardrop, Poetic Expressions of Life, Survival, and Healing. I say the whole name because there is another Journey of the Teardrop, and that's not me.
Okay.
And then you can also find it on my website, which is lavondah.com.
Okay, and I will be adding that to my website,
Okay.
or my social media sites as well. So, how would you like to get us started with getting us excited about reading this book? We know this is the month of May where we
Mhm.
generally celebrate our mothers and we celebrate ourselves as mothers.
Yeah.
I just wanted this topic to be mothers on the move because
Mhm.
so many times we think we aren't moving and
Right.
not making the movement in our lives that we want to make. And then I also realized there are women who are stagnant, feel
Right.
like they haven't moved or something is keeping them from moving. And usually that is a type of healing that needs to take place.
Yes.
And we know that healing, we know about physical healing, but there's spiritual, there's mental, emotional healing. So tell us a little bit about where you were when you started this book. I know you said you had a history of writing, but
Mhm.
just give us a little background on your experiences and what helped shape this book for you.
So, first of all, I love the Mothers on the Move and what you just stated about being stagnant. So I was in a stagnant state. I was in an abusive relationship or marriage. And when I say that, I want to make sure that people understand that abuse comes in many different forms. So it wasn't a lot of physical abuse, but it was a myriad of emotional, psychological, financial, some spiritual, but things that were not functioning the way that they are supposed to function. And so the book was kind of birthed out of that pain. So throughout my relationship, I produced poems based on the experiences that I had, and other things that I've seen as well, but it mostly based on my life experience, my relationship experience, my different experiences. And so as an outlet, I used writing again to kind of get those things out. So it was really birthed out of that toxicity, thinking that there was nowhere for me to go. And like I said, in the garage with my friend, giving me that encouragement, saying, you can start again. You can accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. I've been wanting to publish the poems for years, at least 15 years. But because of the abusive state that I was in, the emotional distress that I was in, um, I didn't feel like I was worthy of it, number one. But number two, I didn't feel like it was going to be something that people would want to listen to, because my thought was, how could I help and heal someone else when I can't even help myself? So it
Okay.
was really birthed out of that, me kind of figuring out what my purpose is, which is trying to empower women and helping everyone know that there's something better on the other side.
Okay. So, as you know, I'm a licensed social worker, clinical social worker. And when you talk about you weren't sure people needed to hear that or wanted to hear that, what your message was, I'm here to tell you that people do want to hear it
Yeah.
and they need to hear it, because so many times we get in our own little areas and silos and we feel like we're the only ones going through. And
Mm-hmm.
the enemy can make us feel like we deserve it or we did
Yes.
something terrible or this is our lot in life. You hear about family curses and you hear about
Mm-hmm.
it happened to mom, it happened to mom's mom.
Right.
At least he's bringing home his check. At
Right.
least faithful, whatever the situation may be, and we compromise. So it's a message that needs to be heard and needs to be heard every month, every day. This
Mm-hmm.
Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we know is in October, but this is a message that needs to be heard every day
Yeah.
until I don't want to say normalize it because it's not a good thing, but until we make it more aware that we are
Yeah.
aware that this is happening.
Yeah.
Black,
Absolutely.
white women, women with careers, women without careers,
Yep.
men.
Men. Yeah, absolutely.
Next month, I'll have two men on my podcast who've actually been through domestic violence.
Wow.
So this is a message, and would you say this book could be for men and women alike?
Absolutely. Like I said, some of the majority of the poems are things of my life that I've experienced, and they're not all bad. But as I began to have book signings and different appearances, I see the need for everybody. There's people that use my poems for um, I don't know, for relationships. I have marriage poems in there. There's people that use them for, I had one lady who lost one of the government jobs, and she said, no, what's in there to encourage me? So it's definitely for everyone. As I started reading through everything, I noticed that, and I was like, okay, yeah, I know my purpose and my calling is to kind of minister to women, but I have all different types of people coming to me telling me how much this is helping them and blessing them. I mean, wealthy people, people that aren't wealthy, you know what I mean? Like you said, you named the different demographics. So it definitely can be for everybody, because that is my mission, even though specifically my purpose is women. But my mission is, when you purchase this book, that it help someone. It helped. As a matter of fact, most of my signings, I say, if you don't purchase the book today, please let someone know about it that may can benefit from it, because it is for everyone.
So who is it for, Lavonda?
So it's for the broken. It's for the broken. But it's also for the confused. It's also for the fighter. It's also for um, the lover. So it's for different types of emotions, and just depends on what people are going through.
So what would you say to the person? I have clients who they, they know they're strong,
Mm-hmm.
they know they fought, but guess what? They're tired of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so you have some people, they know they're a fighter, they've had to fight all their life.
Right.
What would you say to that person?
I would say to that person, I don't want to say continue to fight, but never giving up. And I know that sounds trite and you hear that all the time, but I was the person that was broken. I was the person that gave up. I was the person that was depressed. I was the person that wanted to take my life. But if you can find a little bit of light in a room full of darkness, go towards that light. It may take you 4 years to get there, but if you see it, go towards it because chances are there is something better. It may not be what you think or expect or wish for or hope for, but I definitely am going to say that it's going to be better than whatever is happening now. So find that little bit of light and press towards that.
So how does the healing take place? For and I know you know how it took place for you during your
Mhm.
voice, it may be even other struggles that you've been through.
Yeah.
What does that process look like, or what did it look like for you?
So for the healing to take place, you first have to kind of come to grips with where you are. Okay. Um, when I did have a podcast, it was the name of was the in between because I feel like people talk about where they are when it's the happy place, the beginning, and everything's great and rosy. And that could be for relationships, jobs, whatever. And we talk about the dark part where, oh, I'm getting a divorce, or oh, I lost my job, or I lost my house. But nobody really deals with the in between, which I call the gray space, because it's gray because there's no real definity in this space. And so for myself and my experience, I had to come to grips with I'm in this gray space. I don't want to go backwards, but I'm not ready to go forward. So what do I do?